Howdy y'all, Dean Stilley here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead music news, reporting on night 2 from the Gorge. It was an interesting weekend. We got all 4 seasons during the course of a weekend. It was winter last night. It's a beautiful summer day. During the day we had spring-like conditions when the show started last night, and by the time the second set's underway, you got fall. So there you go. You got your money's worth at the Gorge. This time around, you got all 4 seasons over the course of a weekend. I was worried. Listen, I had my flights booked to go to Florida a couple years ago. Mayor's appendix blows out while they're in New Orleans, and I'm worried something's going to end up with fucking pneumonia here at the Gorge. It seemed like the conditions were a little bit easier. I'm not certain. I'm worried about the old guys. They held up just fine. Mayor was the one that had a hiccup. We are not worried about, because the Dead & Company gym safety advisor posts a little clip. He's chopping rubber firewood with a sledgehammer up there in the mountains. He's in good shape, man. He's in better shape than most of the crowd. The people that use age as an excuse for pace or anything that happens, I don't buy it. First of all, they're not that old, just over 70. So Phil, he's the oldest of them, and he's killing it with his family band. You know, they're not suffering for pace or tempo or anything like that. But really, I mean, they're not fighting MMA or running fucking track. You know, no one's got to run hurdles or any kind of shit like that. They got to play some fucking instruments for a couple hours. So they were never much for moving around too much up there either. So anyway, let's just get this thing underway. I hope we make it to Chicago without anybody getting a fucking pneumonia. The show starts, we get Bertha. Listen, I'll never complain about Bertha. Loved the song, always did. That one moves along just fine. Listen, I don't even know if I got to talk about the ending anymore, so they haven't worked on that at all. It's a great song that they have no fucking clue how to end still. Me and My Uncle comes up next. That one plods along just fine. They love each other. This is a little bit of a mellow vibe, but a beautiful night. That's when I think things got a little bit interesting. At that point, you get Miracle. He just about got through the whole first verse without getting lost, which is a plus. It was an interesting place for that. Comes a time up next, Oteil Beautiful on that, Throwing Stones. I mean, this is an interesting way to get the first set to a close. Terrapin. So that's some unique stuff. Miracle Comes a Time, Throwing Stones, Terrapin, as that's mixing it up a little bit. For me, I don't know if you felt this way. For me, it was odd to hear Terrapin during daylight hours. Terrapin, it's a nighttime song. I was trying to think back on whether or not I ever heard Terrapin during daylight. And I wasn't sure if I did. Maybe somewhere. Who gives a shit? Not you, I'm sure. I'm not even certain I do. Anyway, after intermission, they come back. We get playing. Uncle John's playing. That's just fine. I thought the jams through that were good. Really, there was a lot of cool stuff going on. We get a warning about a drone. They're going to stop playing if someone doesn't stop playing with their drone. So back in the day, when I was running organic herbs all over the country, I probably would have been concerned about that drone. Probably would have been sure it was out for me. The feed was going directly to the CIA, and they were tracking me. So anyway, I'm glad I don't have to worry about shit like that anymore. They give the drone announcement, and then they say, fuck it, let's play Deal. They start jamming Deal. Deal was outstanding, really. That one, John and Jeff start playing some musical hide and go seek during the jams during that one. They're playing off each other, and that stuff was that was a good time. I was here, I was breaking it down up here in my studio. Viola, listen, they end Deal with that raunchy chord that signals Viola Lee. That's a good time right there. When Viola Lee's underway, camera pans through the crowd. I mean, y'all are breaking it down like James Brown. I mean, everybody just got their hippie jam on. It was fun to see, and I understand what that feels like when you're taking it all in. When you're right there at the venue. That's a good time. Drums in Space up next. You get the Wheel. The hard rain's gonna fall. Listen, he says there here's 10,000 people talking, but nobody listening, and he's right about that. That song fits Dead and Company shows nowadays. 10,000 people talking. So y'all motherfuckers need to. I hope everybody gets laryngitis for one thing. Listen, I'm a talking ass motherfucker. When the music's playing, I shut the fuck up. I do not talk during the music, not even at my house when I'm streaming. So. Anyway, he's right about that. He remembers all the words to that one, and that's always very good on him. Great work on guitar by John through that whole song. You get this jam that sounds like Scarlet prior to One More Saturday Night, so that was kind of interesting. You knew it most likely wasn't going to be Scarlet because that just happened, but anyway, One More Saturday Night is an adorable young girl. I guess probably on her parents' shoulders. They showed during One More Saturday Night. Her face is all lit up by the stage lights. Just a beautiful sight when the kids are out there jamming with the folks. Listen, Weir is the king of falsetto. Leave the falsetto in this band up to Weir. That's a good idea. When Weir, he's on Saturday night, when Weir's laying down falsetto, listen, I'm a buyer. I take it from Weir. Mayer, not so much. I may be hard on Mayer. I love John Mayer. I tell you what I like about John Mayer. Probably more lap. I'm not saying I'm going to go tour with John Mayer because that's never going to happen. But what I do like, he's a funny motherfucker. He's funny. He's a very intelligent. I love listening to him talk about his experience in the Grateful Dead community and with the music. And listen, when it comes right down to it, Mayer hangs out with Dave Chappelle and you don't. So he's a bad motherfucker. They come out for the encore, you get Touch of Grey. There's nothing to complain about there. Well, I mean, I'm certain there is for a lot of people, and I could even make up a bunch of shit to complain about, but I just don't feel like it today. So anyway, I'm kind of glad that this West Coast swing has come to a close. We can start getting a lot of this stuff done at reasonable hours as we're coming here. I'm going to catch you all at Wrigley. I'm going to be there. I get on a flight first thing Thursday morning, and I can't wait to get to Chicago. So, but we got some music in between, so we'll be reporting it from here. Love you long time. Stay safe while you travel.